There was a day when Earth itself seemed to turn against life. But it wasn't an asteroid, a storm, or a volcanic blast that started it. It was a single predator. What kind of hunter is so efficient that whole species vanish faster than they can even learn to fear it? One arrival, and the balance that held forests, plains, and rivers together began to quietly collapse. This wasn't just another carnivore in the food chain. It was the moment nature's rules stopped working. Stay with me, because by the end of this story, you'll understand how one creature nearly turned Earth into a killing planet. This predator brought something far more dangerous than teeth or claws: strategy. Most prehistoric hunters carved out a territory and fought to defend it. This one carved out an advantage and spread it. Every hunt wasn't just a meal, it was information. Every kill taught it something about how the world reacted to fear. Now picture a small herd of early dinosaurs gathered near a forest edge. The largest stand at the front, watching the shadows. They know raptors. They know crocodilians. They know massive amphibians wading in the shallows. They've survived all that before. But this time, the forest doesn't sound right. No warning calls, no rustling panic, just a dense, unnatural silence pressing down on everything. A shape moves between the trees. Not rushing, not lunging, just closing distance with a calm, terrifying confidence. The first kill is over almost before it begins. No roaring chase, no clumsy impact. One precise attack, a neck broken, a leader on the ground. The herd reacts, but badly. Instead of forming a wall around the young, they scatter in every direction. Instinct, the thing evolution spent millions of years perfecting, suddenly works against them. That, scientists believe, is where the world begins to shift. When a predator becomes too efficient, prey can't keep up. They don't have thousands of generations to evolve better senses, better speed, better behavior. They just die. Paleontologists have found fossil layers where multiple species vanish from the record in the same narrow slice of time. No sign of ash from a mega eruption, no shock markers from an impact, just absence. Something was removing them faster than life could replace them. It wasn't the biggest. It wasn't the fastest. It didn't need to be. What set it apart was a different kind of weapon, a brain tuned for strategy. Not human intelligence, but something colder. Pattern recognition, coordination, adaptation. It could change its approach based on terrain. It learned which prey panicked first, which routes they ran, which individuals held the herd together. The predator doesn't charge straight in. It attacks from angles, herding living bodies without them realizing they're being controlled. It drives the herd toward softer ground, toward slopes they can't climb, toward blind turns in the landscape. It doesn't go after the strongest. It doesn't chase the fastest. It cuts down the ones whose loss does the most damage. Leaders, elders, mothers. It is not just killing individuals. It is breaking structure. Think about that for a second. A prehistoric predator that, without language or tools, understood social bonds well enough to destroy them. Wherever this species gained a foothold, order fell apart faster than nature could rebuild it. The long-term consequences were brutal. Without herds trimming and moving vegetation, forests thickened in some places and thinned to nothing in others. Without mid-sized herbivores maintaining plant flood cycles, certain regions dried out while others flooded. Without competing predators keeping its numbers in check, this killer expanded almost unchecked. Earth didn't start changing because of some cosmic disaster. It started changing because one creature pushed everything around it out of balance. From the fragments of bone and tooth and track, researchers have tried to rebuild its body. What they see is chilling. A frame built for endurance, not short bursts. Limbs shaped to handle both ambush lunges and long, steady pursuits. Jaws optimized, not for ripping everything apart, but for fast, efficient kills. Eyes placed to track motion even in low, murky light. But the most disturbing clue sits inside its skull. The brain case suggests a hunter that relied on more than reflex. It had the capacity to plan routes, to test approaches, to change tactics when old ones stopped working. Some paleontologists call this species the catalyst predator, not because it caused one single extinction event, but because it sped many of them up. Wherever it spread, the slow, grinding pace of natural change turned into something sharper and more violent. And here's the most unsettling part. The predator wasn't evil. It wasn't trying to end anything. It was simply doing what evolution built it to do, survive as efficiently as possible. Sometimes the thing that breaks a world isn't malice, it's success. It reshaped Earth not with a single event, but with relentless imbalance. Not with dramatic noise, but with steady, grinding inevitability. Not with a disaster from above, but with dominance from within. Nature does reward efficiency. But when one species becomes too good at surviving, survival stops being part of the system and starts consuming it. So here's the thought that lingers. If one predator, acting without malice, could push ancient Earth this close to becoming a killing planet, what does that say about how thin the line of balance really is? And if this story kept you imagining that world, hit like. Share this with someone who loves ancient monsters and dark prehistory, and subscribe for more. Because the next creature we uncover might not just threaten a valley or an ocean. It might challenge everything you think you know about how